Hello, welcome to Space of Love. My name is Stephanie, and I'll be guiding you through a Tonglen meditation practice. This is a Tibetan Buddhist practice that essentially translates to sending and receiving, or receiving and sending. In essence, it's a practice of reciprocity. Unlike most spiritual traditions or meditations that we may be familiar with, especially in the yoga landscape, where we are invited to breathe in that which we desire, want, love, feel good about, and breathe out that which we want to release or let go of. Tonglen meditation kind of flips that on its head, and in fact it invites us to become comfortable with, or at least start to become intimate with, discomfort, dis-ease, suffering, pain, grief, sadness, all the stuff we typically want to sort of push away. So in this practice of Tonglen, we actually invite it in. And when we invite it in, we are inviting it into a heart space that we are training. This heart space we are training to have a wider and wider and wider capacity to hold all of the spectrum, all the feels, all the ways of being human. And so in this practice, we breathe in any sort of discomfort, a sensation, a feeling, a memory, an awareness. We breathe that in. We feel it deep in the heart space. We hold it there. And then you might imagine your heart is like a pair of hands kneading dough, maybe bread or pizza dough, and you're kneading the dough. And so even just holding that discomfort and working with it, quite literally working with it, and then it starts to transform into something else. And maybe the discomfort becomes love, maybe it becomes kindness, maybe it becomes compassionate understanding, maybe it becomes expansion or a sort of dissolution, and maybe it just disappears. So in this practice of Tonglen, we receive discomfort, dis-ease, or suffering, and we send out, on the out breath, love, kindness, compassion. And so I ask you to work within your capacity at this given moment. Drawing in or becoming intimate with discomfort, with suffering, can be intense at first. So I invite you to start with whatever capacity you're at. And I'll guide us through a process where we use memory or events to bring in that feeling. And so maybe you start small with something that's just mildly discomforting, mildly painful, mildly sad. And then maybe that capacity starts to open bit by bit, but we also don't need to place any expectation on that. So the practice of Tonglen, sending and receiving, receiving and sending, becoming intimate with suffering, and transmuting that suffering into the energy of love, the energy of presence, the energy of equanimity. So let's get started. Wherever you are, I invite you to find a comfortable seat, find a posture that feels appropriate for you, be it with cushions, a bench, a chair, reclining if that's where you need to be today. And then take a few moments to settle into your seat. So maybe a gentle rock, a sway, maybe movements in the body that allow you to find a space of stillness in your own time. And when you feel ready, I invite you to either close the eyes or let the eyes soften partway open and let your gaze drift down the bridge of your nose towards the floor slightly ahead of you. And before we enter into this journey together, let's take 3 deep cleansing breaths where we bring a little resonance, a little vibration into the heart space. So with each exhale, we'll invite an audible ah, and just let yourself feel that in the heart space. 3 times together. As we begin to come home to the presence of body here, now, in this space, notice where your body connects with the ground, the supports, the earth beneath you. Taking a moment to feel these points of connection. To allow yourself to be supported. And then draw your awareness to the base of your spine. And slowly, one vertebra at a time, begin to travel that awareness up the spine, elongating and offering a little spaciousness between each and every vertebra. The spine lengthening, vibrant and alert, and also spacious, at ease. This awareness travels all the way up and through the crown of the head. A little extra lift there at the top of the head. And then allow the shoulders to relax. The hands and arms rest wherever is comfortable. Softening the energy of the jaw, tongue, and mouth. Perhaps separating the biting surfaces of the teeth any amount, and letting the tip of your tongue rest gently on the roof of your mouth behind the upper row of front teeth. The backs of the eyes finding some ease, whether the eyes are closed or partway open. And then allowing the brow to unfurrow, spacious across the forehead. And as we become a little more intimate with the breathing body, start to notice where you feel the movement of breath the most in your body. Where do you sense the tide of the inhale, the tide of the exhale? Nothing to change or control with the breath. Simply allow it to be. Observing it. And then bringing your awareness to rest at the heart space. Whether it's the physical organ of the heart or the energetic heart center or the space of the chest. Take a moment to notice what is present here in feeling tone, sensation. Maybe you notice the pulse of the heart or the dance of the breath in this space. What is the feeling tone of the heart space? Pleasant, unpleasant, neutral? Perhaps there is a sense of heaviness or lightness or something else. being with the space of the heart as it is in all that's flowing through. As we begin our practice of Tonglen, cultivating our capacity to sit with discomfort, dis-ease, suffering, I invite you to call into your mind, your awareness, a memory, a recent event in which you felt discomfort, dis-ease, sadness, grief, pain, suffering. Notice what naturally arises in your memory, in your mind. Working within the capacity that is present for you at this moment. Maybe we start small, a minor discomfort. Perhaps a recent conversation with a friend that left us feeling off. Whatever it is that arises for you, notice how this feels in your body. This discomfort, where is it felt in the body and what does it feel like? How does it feel? You may release the event or the memory from your mind and stay with the feeling. Maybe the memory is helpful in cultivating that awareness in the body. And as we begin to work with and sit with this discomfort, as you breathe in, begin to invite this discomfort into your heart space. Rather than pushing it away, see if each breath can be an opportunity to invite it in, little by little. To notice what it feels like to welcome discomfort as any other shifting phenomenon in the human experience. And each time you breathe that discomfort in, imagine that you are kneading dough with your heart, as though you're getting right in there and working with this sensation, this feeling. And as you work with it, maybe each exhale begins to shift that feeling. Maybe we start to transmute the discomfort or suffuse the discomfort with the energy of compassion, loving kindness, and understanding. It doesn't mean it has to necessarily go away. But maybe the experience of this discomfort or suffering can become a little more expansive. If it helps, perhaps you visualize breathing in a dark, heavy, viscous oil into the heart space, or maybe a heavy, dark smoke, breathing it in and sitting with that sensation. And as you breathe out, imagining a cool breeze on a warm summer day. Breathing in that viscous, smoky quality, heaviness. Breathing out a soft, cool breeze on a warm summer day. If it helps to offer an internal noting, you might say to yourself internally, breathing in, I experience all that is. Breathing out, I offer love. Breathing in, I experience all that is. Breathing out, I offer love. You might imagine yourself as a tall tree in a forest. All day and all night, this tree is breathing in carbon dioxide, a chemical compound that in high amounts is deadly for humans and other beings. And all day and all night, this tree is breathing out oxygen, a chemical compound that is life-giving for humans and other beings. Breathing in, I experience all that is. Breathing out, I offer love. Expanding our capacity to be with suffering. To embrace it as we would embrace any other phenomena. And to let it flow through our being without becoming attached to it. And maybe as it flows through, its energy shifts, changes. It becomes an offering. What does it feel like in your body, mind, heart to breathe it all in and to offer it all out? And slowly releasing the practice. If you like, bringing your hands to rest on your heart space. And we'll take 3 breaths here. Each exhale an audible ah that resonates and vibrates in the space of the heart. Let it be what it needs to be for you. And we'll breathe in together. Know that this practice is available to you anytime, anywhere, even if it's just for a few breaths. When you feel the arising of discomfort in any of its forms, let this be an opportunity to breathe it in and to suffuse it with the energy of loving kindness, compassion, understanding. This is how we build the resilience of our heart, mind, and expand our capacity to be human in all the ways. Thank you, and welcome to the space of love. If you'd like to explore more and dive deeper into heart-centered thriving, join us at spaceof.love. There you can sign up for email updates, you can browse all sorts of free content, and meet our collective of heart-centered alchemists with a diversity of love languages to explore and help support you in the ways that feel appropriate for you. Thank you.